Hey, good morning. Happy hump day. Welcome to Kevin Toll Reads. Today I'm doing a book review of Louis L'Amour, The Quick and the Dead. Holy crap. Yeah. I'm going to be honest here before I kind of kick off this review. I have, several subscribers, other channels that I've been watching, that will also watch me in the YouTube community where they have been posting book reviews of westerns, and they left me comments. I think you enjoy this, and so if you saw a couple of my book hauls, I took the dive and was like, hey, I checked out some Louis L'Amour books and want to give it a shot. And so this book was actually on my weekly reading for last week, but I didn't get to it, and so I wanted to knock it out early this week. I kind of went in with this preconceived notion that this was going to be it was going to be kind of boring. It's a short book, so I didn't feel like I have a heavy investment here. It's 200 pages roughly, or maybe even a little less. And if I didn't like it, I get it. It is what it is. So with that being said, let's get into the book review. So this book was published in 1973. And the summary of the book is really, it's about the Duncan McCaskill, Susanna, and his son Tom, or their son Tom, and they're making their way west. They are from the city and out east, and they're what the westerns call city folk or tenderfoots, and they're wanting to see mountains and live off the land and see if they can make a go of it. And so they're carting their belongings with mules and horses, and they come across Doc Shabbat's kind of outlaw gang group, and you have these outlaws, quite a collection of misfits and evil people, and just people that want to take advantage of other people. And so in doing so, they also come across this mysterious man early in the book, and they don't know if he's a friend or foe. And then he starts helping, but you don't know. I mean, he could be part of the other group, and so is he really there to help them, type thing. And that's really the summary of this book. Now, what did I like about this book? And this is probably where I'll get into maybe some spoilers, but maybe not. I thought the character of Con Vallon was really, really good. He comes in, it's all Mysterio, you don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy. Two, you don't know if he's got a thing for Susanna, which he keeps making these comments. He definitely rubs all of them, including Duncan, the wrong way, but yet he seems to be helpful, and Tom starts, looking up to him and kind of, believing in him. And so that was an interesting character, and he definitely is one of the main characters throughout the story, and I definitely connected pretty heavily with him as a character. I also connected really heavily with some of the antagonists. I liked the Huron character. I thought he was really good. He's this savage guy, this tracker, maybe part Indian type thing, and so I really enjoyed that. I liked Red Heil for what it was. You have to have, when you have a group of outlaws, you have to have that bad character, and I thought he was a really good one. There's lots of action. I actually wasn't expecting that. I don't know if this is the only Louis L'Amour book I've read, but if more of these books have this kind of action and this pace, definitely gonna be reading more. I liked how tight this writing was. I mean, he could have wrote this book, and bloated it just to, get more words and pages, and he didn't, and he kept it very concise, and it moved along quickly. And so I really liked that plotting, the pace. I liked how tight the writing was. It's very easy writing and prose to go. It's matter of fact. There's really not a lot of fluff and added into it. So I really appreciate that. I definitely like it with the hard case crime and some of the other mystery and thriller books where it's fast paced and the writing is really tight. In terms of dislikes with the book, I thought there was a reason behind this, but I didn't like Duncan McCaskill's stubbornness And at first Susanna's stubbornness to like not, they didn't want to get rid of their goods, and Khan's telling them how, they're going to kill their mules, because they're, dragging this wagon and it's too heavy and it's slowing them down and it's killing their animals. And they're just stubborn and they're set in their city ways, and they don't want to give up these goods that they've had for so long and it's been inherited and passed down through their family. I didn't like that. I also didn't like, some of, we had parts about Indians, and I wish there was a little more about that. I enjoyed that kind of aspect because they're so prevalent. There's mentions of them, I had a couple encounters, but there's not, and I thought the encounters we had were really good. I just wish maybe there was a couple, maybe another one or something that would have solidified, their abundance in that time period. The ending was okay. I mean, definitely, had that, you got what you wanted at the end. So I definitely think you wanted to see some kind of confrontation. You got that. Some people might not like how it ended. Some people might think, well, it is what it is. I was kind of in the middle with it. So, but overall, I really enjoyed this book. I really did, and I'm really shocked. This reminds me a lot, and if you haven't seen it, go look at my book review of The Tommyknockers, because I went into that book knowing how decisive people were on that book, and I had this preconceived notion that I was going to be on the dislike side, and I was blown away by the book, and I really kicked myself for not reading it sooner. And that's kind of how I feel with this book. I wish I would have picked up a Louis L'Amour book sooner. I don't know if I'm just lucky and I picked up this one. I mean, obviously, James at the Little Big Library, Hyde and Reed, we're talking about, the Westerns. They got kind of ones that got me kind of wanting to pick up these books. And when I told them, I was thinking maybe start with this one, everyone was like, yeah, that's a great one. And I think of the three that I got, they're all like, yeah, any one of those are great. So I definitely can see myself in the coming weeks throwing another Louis L'Amour book into the weekly reading. So in terms of score, I gave it a 4.6, which is a very high rating for me. And I just, again, I'm really kind of shocked at how much I like this book. And I'm really shocked to the point, like I said, where I'm kicking myself. I haven't started this sooner. I haven't started one sooner. So that's the review. I hope you enjoy this. If you've read some Louis L'Amour, if you've read this book, if you're not surprised by my reaction to it, definitely drop me a comment. If you've never read a Louis L'Amour book, I think this is a great entry, but again, I've read one. And it's this one, and it was great. So, but again, like I said, this is 150 pages. There's not a huge commitment here, and I thought it was just page after page. You can knock this out in an afternoon. So that's a review. I hope you're having a great Wednesday, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.